I'd had, when I was 20, I had a trauma to both of my eyes at the same time, and developed ulcers. And uh, I suffered from this when I was, like I said, when I was 20. I'm 51 years old now, so I've suffered from it since then. And mostly, like when the sun would hit it, it was difficult to see, And so anyhow, since then, I've tried contacts, and well, I've worn glasses, which gave me a reasonable quality of vision, acceptable quality sort of get. And after a while, you just get used to that, And every time I would get glasses, I would ask, well, is there anything you guys can do? And not really expecting anything, because I've done this many times through decades, and I just happened to be at the mall, and Dr. Azman was filling in that day, and I made that comment off to the side, like maybe one day you guys will be able to help me out. And he took a look at my eyes, and he asked me to come into his office and run some more tests and whatnot. And of course I did. I couldn't wait to do it. And I got here, and the staff was nothing but helpful and professional, and put some test lenses in my eyes. And I remember my wife was sitting across the room, and the first time he put them in, and I blinked a few times, and I looked, and I was like, oh my God. And I'm looking at my wife like, oh my God, I can see this, And like I said, I had become accustomed to seeing the world that way, And when I put lenses that truly worked, it was night and day, And I'm looking around, and I'll go places, and I'm looking at people, I'm like, I can see you. And I'll tell my wife, look, I can see that. She's like, while she shares in my enthusiasm, it's hard to explain just how wonderful something like this is, to literally see the world as it's supposed to be, as opposed to, like I said, I had gotten accustomed to just not being able to see right, even with glasses, So anyhow, long story short is, after a couple of trial fittings and different measurements and tests and all, which were well worth it, the lenses I have now I'm completely happy with it. I scuba dived a couple weeks ago, and you're underwater, and you're like, I had scuba dived many times with my lenses, without these lenses, and well, it was nice to be under there this time. It was a whole nother world again. So I literally have been introduced to almost two different worlds through this process. So I'm happy with it, and I've always suggested to my friends online that if anybody has any issues with their corneas and whatnot, if not Dr. Azman, see a specialist, see somebody, because again, I had gotten used to that quality of life, and I had accepted it, and until I ran into Dr. Azman, nothing was going to change, and him and his staff and the lenses have changed my life, really, the quality of my life. It really has.